Steph, you've had a lot of players come in and out of across various teams you've been on in your career. Do you recall having as impactful of a midseason addition as Ari has been for you guys this year?
Not mid-season, no, certainly. Her ability to impact on both ends. Oftentimes when you make decisions mid-season, it's one end or the other typically, and her impact on both ends of the floor. Offensively, her ability to see the floor. The defensive energy and intensity. She never looks like she gets tired. She makes all the hustle plays. She's just relentless, and it's a shot in the arm for our team, and something that we've needed, and she's answered the call. We're very fortunate that we were able to get her.
You and some of your players talked yesterday about the recent defensive focus in some practices. How does it make you feel as a coach when that actually translates to consecutive games against good teams?
It makes you feel good. It's been a focus all season long, but to finally start to see it come together is rewarding. And I think our players feeling that sense of the reward that comes with buying into being relentless on the defensive end of the floor, the activity level that it takes. Trusting that you can go all out while you're out there, and trusting those guys that are coming in off the bench to continue that momentum. It's rewarding to be able to put back-to-back games together. I didn't feel like the third quarter was our best, especially the start of it. But to put back-to-back games together like this defensively says a lot about this group, and I'm just proud of them.
Kind of continuing on the defense, how much did Tuesday's win serve as kind of a proof of concept that when we defend like this, look what we can do?
Yeah, I think it continues to show them. We've had our moments where we've defended really well. I think we did in Seattle as well. We did for a lot of the game, early, especially against Dallas. The second half we kind of let down a little bit, but I think when you see the fruits of your labor, when you recognize how it makes your job easier, and the communication I feel like has been really good, and that communication breeds confidence. We've been playing with multiple levels of effort, and everybody's just really connected on that end of the floor, and that's what it takes. There are going to be days where we don't shoot it particularly well. There are going to be days where sometimes offensively you don't have it, but there cannot be days where we don't have it defensively, and this group's starting to really see that.
How do you go about trying to facilitate that trust among the players and just kind of the understanding that players are going to back them up, blocking things off, all the stuff that you mentioned there?
Just time and reps. It's going to take time. It's not something that is innate. It's not something that just happens. It's just like any relationship, you build trust and you believe in one another, and you continue to have each other's back, and you step up when your number is called, and our team has continued to stay together. Even when it hasn't been pretty, and they start to see the results of that, and we've at times looked like individuals on the floor on both ends, but these last few games we really look connected on both ends of the floor, and that's the goal, right? It's not to be where you want to be in September or in May. It's just to continue to grow and continue to take one step at a time, and this group with the multiple players who have been in and out, you're finally starting to see that. And I give Ari a lot of credit, because Ari's one of those plug-and-play players, and she comes in and that she's gonna give you everything that she has, and she can set the tone on the defensive end. She can spell Kelsey and Lexi and on the defensive end of the floor, and play bigger than her matchup sometimes. But she came in and was a plug-and-play player and earned that trust right away.
A week ago, it wasn't so cheery.
Mm-hmm.
And this week, is this just a giant step forward for mankind, so to speak? These two wins, they're both pretty big wins.
It's a step. Certainly. Again, you're looking at 17 games in the season. To more than anything, I think for our players to see the value of what we're doing on the defensive end of the floor. We're still, I feel like, just scratching the surface offensively. I've been much more pleased with our ball movement, our assist percentage. We haven't knocked down a lot of shots, but I feel like we're getting to where we're starting to see the reads. The game is slowing down a little bit. We're starting to make the right play, make the right pass. Shots sometimes just don't fall, but when you can rely on your defense, when you can trust that your defense can carry you through your games, you give yourself a little bit more margin.
A little bit bigger picture, just coming off of the high that Tuesday was, can you describe just the poise and the maturity that you saw from your group to be able to follow that up just 2 days later with this, especially defensively?
Yeah, we talked about that. Not having a letdown, right? Like, it's important. It's important for our growth process. Like, that game was great. The Commissioner's Cup, we won a trophy, they won some money. But it doesn't mean anything in the whole scheme of where we want to be. And we've got to take care of business. And so we want to be able to enjoy these moments when they happen and then quickly refocus and reframe. And this is for being, you know, the core group being very young, the veterans on our team are mature and they've been through this. They get it. And you hear Tosh and you hear Sid and you hear Soph in the locker room, you know, communicating that and helping them understand and making sure that when we come out to practice every day, that we're locked in and ready to go and our energy is there. And so I think because we have that great balance, it does allow us to have the fun and enjoy, but also reframe and lock in.
Steph, what have you liked about kind of that four guard lineup? I know some of it's probably out of need with depth right now, but it feels like that's been a successful dynamic the last week or so.
Yeah, I like our ability to stretch the floor, to open things up a little bit more for AB. You know, you've got a guard. There are 4 capable three-point shooters on the floor at once. You know, I like the versatility that it gives us against certain lineups on the defensive end of the floor. You know, Scotty, like my whole career, I've loved kind of the smaller lineup. But at the same time, there are certain matchups that we can't do that against. And I feel like the growth in KK, the Tosh kind of finding her groove already now gives us the flexibility to play differently. And when Didi comes back, the ability to play even bigger with Didi and AB together and be able to play off of one another. Anytime you think about different kinds of matchups, potentially playing in series, you want to have different looks. And I think what we have right now, what we're building, gives us the opportunity to do that.
The technical foul late in the game, just frustration kind of boiling over. It seemed like Caitlin and the players got fired up and enjoyed it a little bit.
Yeah, well, I don't know about frustrations boiling over as more to just like making a point.